Well, this was out of quite literally nowhere because it has to do with Bristol in the spring. What was that, April or March? But Denny Hamlin, this has major regular season championship implications and also technically playoff implications. But Denny Hamlin has been handed an L2 penalty for violating NASCAR's engine inspection requirements. The team has been assessed with the loss of 75 driver and owner points and 10 NASCAR playoff points. Crew chief Chris Gabehart has been fined $100,000. So, first of all, as I said, out of nowhere, what is it, Thursday? Penalty report from last week's already been out. So how are they getting this penalty? It's from Bristol. Well, David Wilson explained it. He's the guy who's the president of TRD, Toyota Racing Development, at least for a few more months before he retires. Released a statement, and so everyone's first response, I'm sure, is going to be like that the engine was illegal, but I'm just going to read the statement. As the engine builder for our partner NASCAR Cup Series teams, TRD is solely responsible for the handling and disposition of all our engines pre- and post-race. Despite the procedures being in place, Denny's race-winning engine from Bristol was mistakenly returned to our Costa Mesa, if I pronounced that wrong, my bad, facility, disassembled and rebuilt instead of being torn down and inspected by NASCAR per the rulebook. Although we know with absolute certainty that the engine was illegal and would have passed inspection, we left NASCAR in an impossible position because they were not given the opportunity to properly inspect our engine. We have reviewed our processes and have implemented several additional steps to ensure that this never happens again. TRD takes full responsibility for this grievous mistake, and we apologize to Denny, Chris, Coach Gibbs, the entire JGR organization, NASCAR, and our fans. Yes, I'm sure these comments are going to be full with them cheating yoders and things like that, and it sounds like they for sure made a mistake, but it was an accident, but they still made a mistake. They still are getting punished by NASCAR for it, but the way NASCAR describes this penalty, they say Section 14.7.1.e states all race-winning engines will be long block sealed by NASCAR and must be completely inspected by NASCAR before the engine may be disassembled by the team. If the team chooses to use the long block sealed race-winning engine again before being inspected, the engine must be used in the same vehicle number the next time it is used. Section 14.7.1.f states the long block engine assembly seals of a long block sealed engine must not be altered, removed, or replaced. Additionally, the team violated 14.7.1.1.b and e, which respectively states seals must not be removed without prior approval by NASCAR, and if a race-winning engine is sealed and presented for post-race inspection at a later date with damaged, altered, or missing seals, an L2 penalty will be assessed, which is what got assessed. What an odd way to get 75 points. That completely removes Denny Hamlin, first of all, from the regular season championship contention. It drops him to like 6th or 7th in the standings. He was 28 points behind the leader, the car he owns, ironically, Tyler Reddick, and now he's more than 100 points behind. I mean, there's a massive shift there. And then the loss of 10 playoff points, every playoff point matters. We talk about this all the time. So they've gone from 21 playoff points to 11. And then you also have to factor in, as I said, with the regular season championship, even if they finished 4th, that's what, 7 playoff points. Now they might only get 4, 5. So this is more than 12 playoff points. The regular season championship out the window. Massive penalty out of nowhere. No one anticipated this. So just very weird, very bizarre way to get such a massive penalty. But as David Wilson said, the engine wasn't illegal, but the process in which it was disassembled, that was the illegal part. It seems like there's a way that you have to build up the engine and you can't tear it down or something. You're disassembled is the word that they used. They got a way you got to mess with the engines in the rule book because you use them multiple times. But wild times here in NASCAR. Daytona coming up this weekend, the Xfinity Series tomorrow, Cup Series on Saturday if the rain holds off. It's going to be a chaotic weekend for NASCAR, so hopefully it'll be a fun weekend in terms of the racing, but we'll get our normal race recaps up. F1's back on Sunday with the Dutch Grand Prix. But as for now, Denny Hamlin, who was previously a regular season championship contender, is now completely out of contention and is now going to have to fight for 5th, 6th, 7th in the regular season standings with just 2 races to go.